We did it, everybody. We made it to Tuesday. It's time for your favorite show, your favorite time of the week. It's Star Trek Tuesday. We're live. We have so much news to talk about. A new rival bid enters the chat. Is this for real? Are we just going to keep getting strung along? I feel like we're getting strung along the same way Paramount is. This is
Mhm.
scary and also fun and exciting. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Strange New Worlds. Do you know, leading the charge, I was checking out the local fashion magazines when I was at the dentist office, and StarTrek.com was all over it because they are just really, I think they're going to be at the Met Gala next year with all the hot new outfits that the cosplay that they've been doing is
The cosplay
unbelievable.
t-shirts.
So we're going to talk all about that. Everybody, you showed up on a good day because Anthony Pascal of TrekMovie.com is here.
Hello. Thank you
Woo!
for having me back.
Woo!
Is this my
You know,
third time? I forget.
yeah, actually, can you give us just a quick moment on how you named TrekMovie.com? Was it because it was in 2008 and there are
Yes.
rumors of the
Yeah.
new first
So
Star
it's
Trek
it's
movie?
it it started as I was interested in how Paramount was taking Star Trek seriously again. And they were going to do this big blockbuster. There was a lot of rumors around. And I just thought, oh, why don't I have a site that just keeps facts from fiction and focuses on this, new movie. So it was like a blog. It started on Blogspot, if you guys remember. Does that still
Right?
exist?
Yep. Yeah.
Um, and so it was focused entirely on that. And, we kind of grew out of it quickly, very quickly, because we just got to get sources inside of what was then CBS and Paramount as two separate companies. And we started covering the original series remaster really in depth. So yeah, it's just kind of a weird thing of how we started with, but now we are the biggest Star Trek site in the world, and
Yep.
we're kind of stuck with it reminds me, I used to live in the UK, and there was this company in the UK called the Carphone Warehouse. Um, well after no one had car phones anymore, but it was like this very popular chain, and they were just, it's because that's where they started, when
Mhm.
people bought
Mhm.
car phones. So we've considered, I did buy like some other URLs, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just, people know the brand, they know the name, they trust me, they trust the staff. Um, and so there we are,
That's-
TrekMovie.com.
All right. Love
That's
it.
awesome.
And 16 years later, you guys are gigantic. Just like the personality of the walking exclamation point, Anne Marie Seagull, who's here.
Hi. I'm just starstruck because I'm a massive Trek movie fanatic. You
Yeah.
guys are you guys have such great coverage, and the journalism is like second to none. I just love it.
Thank you. And
Your
I
trailer
love
breakdowns are the
Oh my
best.
gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
well, anyone can freeze frame. It's just that we bother to take the time. So
Yeah. You do.
but yeah, no, thank you. We have a lot of people have been asking where's all the Vegas coverage. But we some of us, I got COVID after Vegas pretty bad. And we're still going through it, but so that we will have coverage of interesting things said
Nice.
in Vegas. Believe it or not, the article we just did today was kind of our last bit of Comic-Con coverage.
Oh,
So,
Crazy.
wow.
we're still catching up. There's just so much out there.
Hmm.
Hopefully we
plus you
can
need
get
a
it all
break.
done. Well, yeah, we kind of did have a break for a little while, so now we're back,
Yeah.
and Lori and I will be recording a podcast tomorrow.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I'm, she's interviewing. We're doing a bunch of Discovery interviews. I'm interviewing Elias tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
She just did both
Doug.
Wilson and Doug.
Yeah.
And then I'm interviewing Nick Meyer tomorrow.
Ooh,
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
And we're interviewing the songwriters behind Subspace Rhapsody next week.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So
Because
fun.
I think you guys had them on, right?
Mm-mm.
Tom. Oh, well, because it's like we just passed the 1 year. Lori's obsessed with it. I admit
Yes.
I'm not. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay, my Facebook feed is like all Lori being like, "Oh, I was in my car today singing along to Subspace Rhapsody."
That's funny.
Whoa.
I like Subspace Rhapsody. And that's it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a year. She watches it like every day. So it's kind of a whole. I think she has a
amazing.
problem
Aw.
actually.
It's amazing.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
You know who
I need to
doesn't have
snap
any
her out of it with
problems?
Kate Mulgrew's play. Okay.
Jenny R.
Sorry.
Johnson, art.com is
That's
here.
right. I have no problems. It's true.
So far.
Hello. Nope. No problems.
And of course, Melissa Longo is also here.
Walking problem.
No.
Hello again.
No.
Hello.
My name's Ryan T. Husk, and I got 99 problems. All right. Finish that one at your own leisure.
Nice.
Okay, so let's just get into this. Everybody, please make sure you like this channel. Wait. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening, and
There
give
you
us a
go.
5-star rating and a nice review. We'd really appreciate that. Keep the live chat going. Bob, Joshua, Matt, Lucia out in Brazil, Mark, Shag840, Joel, the Matt Boardman. We love that guy.
Love the
He made this-
thumbnail.
he
Look
made
at
this
this.
thing.
Funny.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Rashid, what's up?
Yay. Welcome back to London.
Stacy,
Mhm.
hello. Oh, Stacy, our buddy from San Francisco and Vegas. She went to her
Oh,
first
yay.
Vegas convention.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see her in Nashville maybe too. That'll be cool.
Nice.
Melissa H, who dressed as Stretching Troy for Vegas along with Dave
Yes,
Gregory.
she did.
Cassandra, who says she's going to Nashville as well. Fran Iverson, what's up? Chris Marshall, VFX, Art DS, Glenn Iverson, and
Nice.
everybody in the live chat. Let's get into it. First things first, there's some really big news. Or maybe it's really big non-news. I really don't even know anymore. I can't tell.
Mhm.
That's why Anthony Pascal is here. He can tell, and he
Well,
will.
I mean, I don't know anything. Oh,
So it's this guy right here. Everybody knows this guy's at the tip of everybody's tongue.
Mhm.
Edgar Bronfman Jr. makes
Bronfman.
$4.3 billion bid to take control of Paramount. Take control. That sounds ruthless. Of
Mhm.
Paramount Global in challenge to Skydance deal. Man, this makes it sound like this is like some kind of war.
Well, it was like an
I'm-
11th hour thing.
What's his name?
Yeah,
I'm
very much
Edgar
so.
Bronfman. If you don't believe me, I better not mock that,
Oh, I
because
meant
in
to see
case
if
he
he's
takes
single.
over Star Trek, then
In
we want to
case-
be his friend. So,
We
Mr.
welcome our new
Pascal.
overlords.
yeah, how seriously should we be taking this? Is this like a real thing? Because I watched these kind of
it's-
pitches going on with the Warriors back in 2009,
Mm.
and these guys came out of nowhere. Like, everybody thought David Ellison of Oracle was going to buy the Golden State Warriors for $425 million back in 2009. And then suddenly, right under the radar, right before it happened, this new group headed by Joe Lacob went and bought it for $435 million. Everybody's like, who's this Lacob? What? And it happened.
Mhm.
So it's a
Isn't
crazy
David
world out
Ellison
there.
of
Well,
Sky?
there's
Yeah.
No,
There's
sorry,
a-
Larry Ellison, his dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
What an interesting
Yeah.
coincidence.
I know, I love it. Anyway, so Anthony, what is that going to happen today? Is that what's going to
well,
happen?
first of all, let's talk about what has and has not happened. So technically, Bronfman and his collection of investors have not submitted a bid. They've submitted
Oh.
an offer letter to the board asking. This is basically tomorrow. The board was going to finish their period of where other bids could come in and finalize the deal with Skydance. Right Now there would still be regulatory yada yada. It wouldn't happen until next year, but that would be it. It's like escrow's closed, no one else, it's over. We're now moving forward with this. He's sent a letter to the board saying, I want to submit a bid, but I need you to extend that 45-day window. And then I'll submit a bid next week or in the coming days, because I'm not ready yet. But I have a bunch of money and I'm going to get even more. So, and notably, he's offering less money. So you're like, well, why would they even consider it?
Yeah.
And this is like, on my podcast, when I get into stuff like this is when Lori's eyes start rolling into the back of her head, because it's super
This is a
complicated.
master class. It's so hard to follow.
By the way, what is your podcast name?
It's the All Access Star Trek podcast. It comes out every
That's
Friday. With Lori Ulster and myself. She's also Flubish on Twitter.
We
You
love
can follow
Lori.
her.
We love Lori. Also, everybody, very quickly, we have a poll in the live chat. The question is, what should TrekMovie.com change their name to? So we're just helping you out. Feel free to use this. This is free.
Thank you.
It says the options are yeoldtimetrektown.com,
I like
Trek
that.
Movie and TV and News.com. The biggest Trek
But what about
news...
games?
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Books.
The
And
biggest
books. We just did a
Trek
book
news
review.
site, people.com. And the last option is, let's talk about Trek, baby.
The
Nice.
song
Okay.
that played.
I think
.com.
that's
when I
the
read
winner.
it.
I'm gonna have to grab that URL right away.
Yeah,
Definitely.
go for it.
So
Anyway, please continue.
So tomorrow we're going to find out how serious this is.
Mhm.
I have a feeling that the Paramount board is going to give them allow this, because it, at the bare minimum, it could avoid potential lawsuits later, where someone says, well, you didn't let these guys but so maybe I could have got more. Shareholder lawsuits are a dime a dozen. Paramount ended up paying out like 700 million when they remerged, so they're not to be sneezed at, but I'm not sure if that number's right, but it was, lots of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, and one of the last things that held up the deal with Skydance was Sherry wanted all these things in there, including this 45-day thing, to avoid lawsuits.
Right.
So I have a feeling they're going to extend the deal. That being okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I have a question about because they did have a 45-day window. So would their lawsuit be valid because they knew that they had this window of time, and now they're sneaking in at the very last minute to try and get the bid?
I mean, that's a good question. I think I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on TV, so I don't know the answer of if like how much it would cover them to say, well, you missed the deadline, but they did. The offer letter is substantial, and apparently the guy on the board who heads up the select committee is actually in favor of this. So there is some kind of, and that's because this is where things get complicated.
All right,
So,
we're ready for it.
Skydance, the Skydance bid is they're not just buying Paramount, they're buying a holding company which owns some shares. Sherry Redstone, you've heard of her.
Yeah.
Then Paramount is going to they're going to inject money into Paramount. Paramount is going to buy Skydance and merge with it. But part of that is valuing Skydance, I think, at $6 billion or something. So what that's going to do when they merge is it's going to essentially dilute Paramount stock, because they're going to be bringing in this big entity and valuing it at $6 billion. So what Bronfman and some other investors are saying is that, why don't Bronfman is saying, yeah, I'm coming in with less money, but I don't have this weird thing where, you're doing this, merger, and you're not going to dilute the stock. And so it'll be better for investors in the long run. So that is a ridiculously complicated question that I don't know the answer to of what, and the bigger question is, why is he doing this? right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he used to run a music company. He's from the Seagram's family. Um, it's there's some interest.
Seagram's, like the alcohol?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Oh,
where the money comes from. But
all right.
he doesn't
Need
like
to
if you look at
merge.
all the other bids, right? Remember we were talking about Apollo and Sony for a
Yeah.
while. We were talking about big companies backed by big private equity partners.
Yeah.
When Bronfman was first suggested, he was backed by Bain Capital. Everyone heard of Bain during the
Yes.
2012. They're a big, serious company. They're no longer associated, so they backed out of this.
Hmm.
Um, Roku was floated as a potential being helpful,
Weird.
but they're not a part of
Roku.
this.
Huh.
Right. So he doesn't have any big name people backing him up. He's collected this kind of island of misfit toy
Mhm.
there's like this guy who did the Baby Geniuses franchise. There's a child actor in there.
Yes.
There's
Who was in Mighty Ducks? I was like,
yeah,
what does that
Oh,
even mean?
shoot.
It's so
there's some
random.
kind of like Kazakhstan investor. I mean, it's just
Nice.
it's
Chipping
it's
in
un
$9.
so we don't like Skydance has a vision for Paramount. David
Yeah.
Ellison wants to be a movie mogul, but they have a
Yeah.
vision. They had this great presentation they showed to investors. I'm curious what Bronfman's vision is. I have a
Right.
feeling this has everything to do with sports.
All right. I mean, oh,
So the biggest thing in streaming now is sports because the only thing that people watch live anymore is sports. And so sports licenses are very valuable. CBS owns a number of them,
Right.
notably NFL. Bronfman is the chairman of something called FUBU. Has anyone
Yeah.
heard of FUBU? Okay,
Yeah.
so
For
oh
us, by
yeah.
us.
Yep, that's right.
FUBU is a big sports streaming company, but they're facing an existential crisis against something called now I'm forgetting the name. I think it's called Venue. It's a brand new joint venture with Time Warner or not Time Warner, Warner Discovery, Disney, and I think someone else where it's going to be this huge streaming sports thing.
Mhm.
And Fubu immediately sued and they got an injunction because they say this is unfair trade practices. So I have a feeling that because Fubu has a relationship with Paramount. If you buy the highest tier of Fubu now, it includes Paramount Plus. I have a feeling that they're looking for those licenses to be part of Fubu, but Fubu's not mentioned in the bid so far,
Interesting.
probably because they don't want Washington and regulators to be looking too closely at this.
Mhm.
So this is just like I'm saying, there are just way too many moving parts. And we haven't mentioned Star Trek at all. I don't think this guy I'm
We
almost
hardly ever
certain
do.
I'm almost certain
That's
none of the people involved in this have any interest or awareness of Star
Yeah.
Trek.
right.
They're
Yeah.
after other,
That's yeah.
because Paramount Global is a big company.
Yeah.
They're interested in it for other reasons.
Mhm.
Right.
And almost certainly they would sell off or joint venture Paramount Plus, which is probably going to happen anyway.
Right.
And, who knows what's going to happen to all the Star Trek content.
But we do
You know.
know that David Ellison has a huge stake in Star Trek,
Yeah.
or has a huge interest in
Interest,
Star Trek,
yeah.
should say.
Yeah, and he brought Star Trek up during the
Mhm.
conference call with investors. They did a slide talking about the big franchises, and there were 4 of them mentioned specifically. One was Star Trek, about how he understands Paramount.
Yeah.
What were the
And
other franchises? Do you know?
oh God, it's on my site. For the day the deal closed or something, and we put a
Okay.
screenshot. I think
Is it like Mission
SpongeBob.
Impossible?
SpongeBob was one of them.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yellowstone.
I forget.
Oh,
Probably
Yellowstone's a
Yellowstone.
big one.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, it's it's completely unclear. I mean, the sad news is, you talk to people who work inside Paramount who are having a tough time because they're going through these layoffs. Like I know
Yeah.
last week you guys talked about everyone freaked out when something called Paramount Television was
Mhm.
being shut down, and because people didn't realize that that had nothing to do with Star Trek.
Yeah.
But people are losing jobs, and they just want certainty, and the company needs to have a new owner, and so that they can move forward. And this is only going to make things worse. So, I mean, maybe the deal is better, but I was kind of, I was thinking that the Skydance deal was the best deal they could make.
Yeah.
This deal, I mean, it might be better for investors in the short term, maybe,
Mhm.
depending on how much money this guy cobbles together.
Mhm.
But it's certainly not like there was like let's say Sony showed up with $25 million. It'd be very hard, $1 billion. Sorry. It'd be very hard to say no to something like that.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is
Yeah.
not. He's saying, I know I've got less money, but reasons. And so it comes down to what Sherry Redstone cares about, what the board cares about, what Wall Street doesn't love this so far. The stock is down today. So that's all I got, which is we don't
And also,
know.
what about Star Trek Day? Just kidding.
Right?
Yeah. What we haven't heard anything about Star Trek
Well,
Day.
I mean,
and that's like
I think they
Come
have
on.
maybe other
just a
stuff on their
couple weeks
mind.
away.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know if the people who were gonna do Star Trek Day still
What the
work for
heck's
Paramount.
going on?
But I certainly, by now, you and I probably would have heard that they were doing something at Skirball, and we
By
needed-
now, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
we needed-
18 days away.
yeah, they would have sent out something saying, the press invites. So I'm almost certain there's no live Star Trek Day.
Maybe they'll just send out like a coupon code to watch the making of Strange New World season.
I mean, maybe they'll release like a trailer, or they'll, they do a virtual thing. They've done stuff like that before.
Is it because they're in such flux right now and such uncertainty, or what's the reason behind that?
There's just less money available. The budget cutting is real at Paramount. The company borrowed too much money to play in the streaming wars. And as I said at our panel at Vegas, Paramount lost the streaming wars, and because there's only one winner, which is Netflix. Everyone else,
they started off the winner too.
Yeah.
They did.
Right?
They're like,
they
here.
began
And
the winner.
still heavyweight champion of the world, or streaming, whatever.
Thanks for
But, you know,
coming out, everybody.
Disney did pretty well, but certainly Warner Discovery, Comcast, and Paramount did not win, but they didn't like completely lose either. So, but they are not spending money like they used to. That's for
Who
sure.
were the losers? Sorry, but you're a wealth of information here. Who were the losers? Peacock seemed to do a lot better than I expected, even though they're super late in the game.
I mean, I'm sure that they did very well in the, over the summer with the Olympics. The question is, will they hold those people? I mean, in theory, if you survive, you're a winner. I think all of them will survive in some form. I think Paramount and Peacock and Max, it's going to merge with one of the two of them. I think bundles and mergers are the next thing for these for the people not named Netflix, Disney, Hulu, and Prime. Everyone else is going to have to look for a way to find scale with partners. Apple is a hard case because who knows how they value their streaming service.
It's so weird. It's
like
weird.
a hobby to them.
It is.
They're like, we'll just put out another iPhone. We'll be fine.
We're like,
cares?
we're
This
making
is
really
fun.
cool, interesting stuff, but we're not telling
that nobody
anyone
watches.
about it.
Well, I mean, you look at For All Mankind, and now they're doing a spin-off of For All Mankind and Foundation, which has some Star Trek connections as well. Great shows, and they've got some other great shows, and so I hope they don't give up the hobby. I'm sure Severance.
Because
it's not. I don't think it's making money for them. So you know,
But
they get
care.
prestige. You know, they got a lot of Emmy
Yeah.
nominations and wins, like Ted Lasso, and
Mhm.
um,
They are making great stuff. Like the morning show, great show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, I've never watched something on Apple and thought this sucks. You know,
No.
Right.
whereas on the irony is there's a lot of stuff on Netflix that sucks.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
a lot of stuff. You know, um, but almost everything, you know, they're almost like HBO used to be, where it's just very well curated, very well run. But again, you know, so but they have different metrics. You know, you know, Warner Discovery, Paramount Global, and Comcast all own legacy network. You know, you know, they own cable and broadcast in most of those cases, and every year those make less money, so they need to make it up somewhere else. Apple doesn't have that problem. Amazon doesn't have that problem. Netflix doesn't have that problem. Disney does because they own ABC. So they're kind of the only winner of the studios, even though they're barely profitable in streaming. So, uh, you know, so, but what that's going to do to Star Trek, I don't know. You know, when, I mean, you know, when Mount Cock exists, or Max
Cock
Mount,
mount, whatever you want to
Cock
call it.
Mount,
Yeah.
you know, um, you know, will they be putting out 5 Star Trek shows a year? You know, almost certainly not. But will they put out 1 or 2? Almost certainly.
Yeah.
And then hopefully that's enough
Yeah.
for us.
Well, it's good that it doesn't seem like it's affecting the development of current things in progress, which is lucky. But yeah, I know. I want this all to get settled because all of our friends who are working behind the scenes for Paramount, Star Trek, streaming, and everything.
Yeah.
It's hard living in limbo.
Yeah.
And they do amazing work.
Yeah. So I know that you know, when you first reached out and like, okay, well, you know, explain this. I'm like, I can't, because we don't know what's going to happen with the new bid.
And also, like, will the clock start over for another 45 days? Will this ever end?
Oh
Well,
no.
that's I mean, that's a
think
big
it'll ever end.
no, but oh well, if they
If they
accept
were
the
to,
Bronfman deal, then
Yeah.
there might be another. Yeah, then there might be another. But if they extend the Skydance window,
yeah.
I don't know if other people could jump in. If they you know, who's allowed to hand in their homework late, besides Bronfman. I don't know. Um, if I had to put money on it, I think the Skydance deal's still going to happen, because Larry Ellison has how many $1 billion? Like, a lot. And you know, he's got, you know, obviously his son really wants to own and run Paramount. He wants to drive to that. He wants to drive to the Melrose lot every day in his Lamborghini or whatever, and
Yeah.
run a historic, you know, studio. And I think
Yeah.
in the end, the money and the structure is going to show up to make that happen.
Well, that would be awesome because
Right?
the Paramount lot is pretty awesome.
But it's
Yeah,
been
I
pretty
mean-
empty lately, and
Right.
that's less awesome.
What do you mean empty? I mean, it's still, you know, all the stages are being used for the most
Are
part.
they? Everything I keep hearing is that it's like hardly in use
Well,
lately.
yeah, the post-pandemic, there's been a little bit less, especially in Los Angeles. But
I mean,
it's
if it's only a
still,
little bit, that's not bad.
well, I think production is down in LA by something like 30%, which is a combination of peak TV
Yeah.
and the post-pandemic.
Mhm.
You know, but I think, you know, I mean, one of the things that I was worried about is when I heard that one of the bidders, like, I think it was when Sony was after it, they didn't care about the lot. They wanted the
Yes.
library, and this, you know, venture capital, or not, this private equity firm, they wanted the lot, and who knows what they were going to do with it.
Yeah.
And Paramount was just going to stop being Paramount, basically. I think Bronfman knows he can't, you know, he can't be pitching a fire sale. I think his idea is to keep Paramount together, but structure it in a different way.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
but he,
Bronfman.
but he doesn't, some Wall Street analysts saying he just doesn't have the deep pockets that the other deal has. So if they get into a bidding war, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
And
does it come? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, maybe it's just to say, hey, I can stay in the game, and I am in the game for this. So if this one doesn't work out, maybe something else will.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, there's some people who put, like Byron Allen has said, "Oh, I want to buy Paramount," but he says, "I want to buy everything," and yet he can't pay his bills. So there are people who certainly want to get, but this is more serious than that. This isn't. He's not just. I definitely think the FUBU thing, the fact that FUBU's the lawsuit. I mean, they are worried about the future of streaming and sports and this competition. And I think they see Paramount as a way to help, them survive.
Well, every once in a while, Paramount Plus gives us nice live NFL games during the NFL season, which I liked very much.
Well, they do that I assume, I think that's every weekend. You could watch
during the NFL season.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And they've got a lot of soccer and golf and other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And the sports rights, Netflix for the first time bid on NFL rights. They're doing a Christmas game this year.
Oh,
so
really? That's weird.
Sport, it's now kind of the irony is in the end, as we're moving through the streaming wars, the hottest things in streaming are advertising and sports.
Nice.
They're the oldest things in the world.
Yeah.
When everyone thought it was going to be no ads and premium
just
content.
Like TV. Yeah.
And it's
and like sports is not straightforward. Like I had a friend who was doing Hulu, like worked his way up at Hulu, then they hired him for Hulu Sports, then he got like headhunted by Bally's, was running Bally's, and then Bally's like went bust, and then like all those hot
sounds like a
deals
Vegas reference.
are going to something else.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like that's a very fast changing live streaming situation.
So the closer we go back to television, everybody, who's laughing now for hanging on to my VCR? Am I right?
Me too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's coming back. The record player came back. The VCR is going to come back. Even the ones that eat your VHS tape, those are worth even more, actually.
So, got a bunch of old coax cables in my
you just
my closet.
blow
I'm
on
all
it
set.
and then put it back in. Anthony's like, and my time just ran out. Anyway.
No, I'm a big fan of old school tech, as it were. I still kind of have a landline in the office. It's a internet phone, but it's a separate. It's like a separate phone number and everything. It's vintage.
That's cool.
I should get a rotary dial. Just go super old school.
Yes, and then I'm gonna dial it with the end of the pencil, like the eraser end.
And then show anybody under 30 and see if they can dial it.
Oh my God.
They're like, I don't have any phone numbers memorized to dial anyway.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, exactly.
But every one of us can dial our home phone number from when we were kids.
And
like 3 of our best friends.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I could. My home phone
number?
number?
I've got a bunch of,
Maybe. I hope so.
I would need a little bit of reminding.
Yeah.
And then it would be in there.
Oh, I could. Well, Anthony, this has been a lot of fun. We appreciate you teaching us a lot. We can honestly listen to you for the full hour and a half, but I know your time is precious. We'd love to have you back sometime, especially when there's something really smart and complicated that we need somebody really smart and complicated to explain to us.
Yeah.
So,
well, before I go, I mean,
I
know this sounds, but like any questions?
So love that.
Yeah, I do have a question. So in the deciding, like who's the decider? It's not just Sherry Redstone. It's not just the board, but does she have more weight?
She absolutely, well, this gets into the complication thing
that are in.
She and her family own all the shares of something called NAI, which is National Amusements. And that entity owns the important Paramount shares. So
Right.
she has absolute control over that and can sell that entity to anyone she wants, and no one can stop her. Not Paramount,
Right.
not me, not you.
Well, I
But
could try.
you could try. But so that being said, she's also the chairman of Paramount Global.
Right.
But she doesn't head the board overseeing these transactions. That's a different guy, and apparently they don't agree on things. And so, but in the end, she can. I think she has the ultimate veto.
Right.
So,
which is good.
but if
Yeah.
there
Maybe.
could be a situation where someone could put her in a situation where she has to say yes. If there was enough money on the table, even if she didn't like the deal, she would have to say yes. Because of something called the I forget the name. I believe it's called the Revlon rule. Google it. But basically, as a fiduciary of a company, you have to take the best deal on the table.
Okay.
So if someone offers you $100 and another guy offers you $150, all things being equal, you have to take the $150.
Didn't they do that in Succession? I think they did. They did a similar storyline in Succession, I think.
Yeah. The Revlon rule would not kick in here. But perhaps it could, depending on how things play out. So that's why it's not so straightforward.
Right. She's been pretty choosy up to this point.
Yeah.
As far as the things that.
Well, because she's worth it. Or wait, no, that's not Revlon. That's
Well, I mean, she cares about her family's legacy. And so she didn't want to see like what Sony was planning on doing, which is we want the library and we'll sell CBS to this guy and we'll sell the lot to that guy. And that was never going to fly with her. But this is not that. But so the answer to your question is yes, she's the ultimate veto, but she may be vetoed by market conditions, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
All
right.
And she has to listen to the board. She can't just. This isn't like Succession or something where she could just fire the whole board. And although didn't Elon Musk do that once? I don't know. Yeah, he did. He fired the whole board.
I think Elon Musk has done everything at least once. He's like, I'm done. I've done everything once. There's nothing more left to do.
Certain everything's once, yeah.
So what was the final vote on the renaming
I'm glad you
the
asked.
website?
I'm so glad you asked. So 8% said TrekMovie and TV and news and stuff.com. I added the end stuff. 18% said the biggest Trek news site people.com.
That's what I said.
21% said ye old time trektown.com.
Is old OLDE, I hope?
Yes.
You know it is.
Yeah.
You know it is.
Yeah.
And time is TYME.
Of course, naturally, of course.
Of course. And 51%, a whopping 51% said, let's talk about Trek, baby.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Which is what we should be doing instead of talking about all this business bullshit. Oh,
but
sorry.
this is important, and we do talk about Trek all the time, and sometimes it's important to talk about the business side of things. Problem is, people like me don't know anything about the business side of things, so we need people like you to come on and talk about Trek business.
Well, hopefully it wasn't too boring for everyone.
It was awesome.
I don't think so.
Love it.
I don't think so. I think everybody in the live chat is going nuts. Well, most of them are drunk, it looks like. Yeah.
Well, that's all that,
They're mostly drunk.
Pretty standard for Tuesday.
They said the drinking game was take a shot every time he says Bronfman.
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 Well, it makes sense because he is from the Seagram's family, right? So,
Perfect.
Yes.
You're right. Full circle.
I love that.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was great. Thank you so much, Anthony. Everybody in the live chat's going nuts for you. Joshua Reeves says, great info. Lucia Raz says, it was very good. Cassandra says, happy International Women's Day. Oh, didn't know that. Anyway, Anthony, really cool. Everybody check out his articles. We'll be covering another one of the Trek movie articles right after this. Obviously,
Also,
TrekMovie.com. Go there. If you don't go there, go to letstalkaboutTrekBaby.com. It'll be going up within
I'm sure
the
it'll be
week.
there.
No
We'll probably
sweat.
write something up about Bronfman tomorrow. What's I've been waiting until Paramount makes the decision as to
Right.
whether to extend the deal, because I don't want to like say this, because
Yeah.
it's in the media already that it's out there. We tweeted about it last night
Yeah.
saying this is out there. We're paying attention. But
Mhm.
once Paramount makes their move and either
Yeah.
gives them the extension or not, we will write that up.
Because tomorrow is the day that it was supposed to be the cutoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's midnight or noon. I need
Yeah.
to check in on that, like
Mhm.
exactly when it is. But
Half the time, I don't know when it's midnight or noon either.
Right.
yeah, it's drink o'clock somewhere though,
Yeah.
obviously to your listeners. So see you guys later.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun seeing most of you in Vegas, and
Yeah.
I'll see you at a convention soon, I'm sure.
Definitely.
And where can people find you online? Are you on Twitter?
I don't personally tweet. If you look for me, you could find me, but I rarely tweet. But we're
So we'll look up
TrekMovie.
TrekMovie. Got it.
But we're TrekMovie everywhere. So
Mhm.
I'm
And All
I'm
Access Star
elusive.
Trek.
And the All Access Star
Yes.
Trek podcast, which is available wherever
So
you get
good.
your podcasts every
Right.
Friday morning. This week we're probably talking about this in Vegas and other crap.
Well,
I
this is Cat Spot.
self-censored. Yeah. Check out their podcast. It's really cool, actually. It's a lot of fun. He kind of downplays it, but it's one of the best podcasts out there.
Yeah.
No doubt. Anthony Pascal, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We hope to see you again real soon, and so glad you're feeling better. Last week you were not feeling great.
Yeah.
This week you're faking it well. So thank you so much.
No, I'm back, baby.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
Tony.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
I love TrekMovie. They're so
Well,
good.
that was fun.
That was
I felt
Dude,
like
I could listen to
bad 'cause
Tony talk about Star Trek
I
business
know.
for forever.
I felt
It's
bad
like
because I just
captivating.
wanted to sit
I know.
here and listen to him talk all day. I'm like, this poor guy, he can't talk forever. We got to save him. But it was really interesting.
It's
I want to
such
keep and I want to
smart
keep asking
analysis.
questions too.
Yes.
I want to be like, what about Netflix? What's going on there?
Right.
What's up with Max? Why they go to Max instead of HBO? HBO is like a
Very
big
stupid.
name. We recognize it.
Yeah.
HBO.
Yep, yep,
Why'd they go to Max? Anyway, all kinds of stuff. And he has answers.
Amazing.
All right. So it sounds like this news item will be updated as early as tomorrow. So watch TrekMovie.com, watch Twitter, and we'll get some answers there. Either Paramount or Star Trek or whatever. Yeah, Paramount extends the deadline and says, okay, we'll listen.
Yeah.
Or they'll say no, and the sale is complete to Skydance, and we can all go about our merry way and just hope that Skydance puts out. Though Skydance might focus more on movies and stuff. We might actually get another Star Trek movie one of these days, like not even like jokingly, but it might actually happen.
What? Come on. That's
You
crazy.
never know.
That's crazy talk.
It's always possible.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Right?
know. Good luck with that.
It works.
Mhm.
So what's up next, everybody? Oh man, this is big. This is big news. For
Ooh.
anybody that's a Star Trek fan,
Mhm.
you are a fan of, well, let me take you over to a website called twitter.com.
Oh.
And at TrekCore tweets out, shout out to Benjamin Sisko, captain of the USS Voyager. Oh no, is that because of the comm badge or what are we talking about here?
No, look at the ship behind him.
Oh no, what?
Okay, this was hilarious because people were already making fun of these Heartthrob shirts for so many reasons.
Mhm.
But then people like did a computer enhance, and it turns out they also got the Starship room.
Yes,
How
they
is
did.
that?
Yes, they did.
How
It
is
then-
doesn't even look like Deep Space Nine.
how is that possible?
Okay, yes. So then I sent you I had to like, so basically this has been taken down.
This is
So
the
there's
one
the
that
data one. Yes.
this
buddy.
is the
So
one
this
that
one was
look
so
at data.
ridiculous.
It has a lizard eye.
People were
Why
like,
did they make
what
him
is
a
that
lizard?
spot? Like, what is going
Yeah.
on?
I also,
Then
oh my
he
God.
also is in front of Voyager.
Yeah. Also, on the in the
the
bottom
heck?
right, his body is strange.
It's
Yeah.
Like,
so
his body
fucking
is
weird.
he looks
Well, and
he
why
looks like
would
a
you-
soft boy. You know,
I was like, how did they
What's a
choose the
soft boy?
heartthrob?
there's just a lot of him there. You know,
But also, they're the ugliest
there's
t-shirts
just
ever.
a lot of him there.
Well, why
Yes.
would you give him that expression? On
That too.
right one.
That too.
So
Everything about that
Data-
right one, I'm upset about.
Data and Cisco were the heartthrobs of the USS Voyager.
I mean, they were,
basically,
right?
is what we're hearing.
Apparently.
From,
Oh my
now,
God,
this is
these get
from
so much better.
StarTrek.com.
Yes,
This
the
is from
official Star
Star
Trek
Trek.
story.
This is not like a
Embarrassed.
subsidiary, whatever.
Official
This is-
merchandise.
Okay, this gets even better. So then this happened
Is this-
yesterday. So
Okay.
then, okay, also like everybody piled on with hilarious comments. Let me just
Mhm.
read you a couple of them. And then they were also like, what I like to do occasionally too is look at what else is for sale on the official website. And it's usually
Right.
like they keep sending us emails about their great new cosplay t-shirts. We like it looks
Do they
like kids'
understand what
pajama
cosplay
t-shirts.
is?
No.
Yeah, the
And
cosplay
they're like
T-shirts are the funniest.
$55. It's hilarious. But like,
What?
okay.
Wait, they're $55?
Yeah, for a t-shirt that looks like a kid's superhero pajamas. That's not cosplay. So then
No, it's
people,
not.
okay, so like Aaron Harvey did the wrong Starship is landing graphic, which was hilarious. And then
Mhm.
it's too funny. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is their cosplay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, sorry, this one's
cosplay
45.
t-shirts.
Oh
Okay.
my
And that's actually one of the
God.
better ones. So
That is horrendous.
they should
Jenny,
lean into
don't use
it
such
and make a
strong
whole line of
language.
shirts of captains in front of the wrong ships and never acknowledge it.
The best
Oh
part was
my
they were
God.
calling it cosplay.
Someone was
That
like,
is-
what
But-
if it's a really deep cut and it's actually Cisco in front of Voyager when they were at Utopia Planitia and he was still stationed there?
Look, that
So
girl
it's
is
either a super
cosplaying
deep
Star
cut or
Trek.
not.
I get
Look how big
why-
that comm badge is.
I know.
It's
It's
huge.
That's cosplay, you
It's
guys,
honestly-
obviously.
huge.
it boggles the mind. Okay.
These are quarters.
Seen this before. This is insane.
Yes. Dude, you need to sign up for the
Who's
like
doing their
email update
merch?
newsletter.
Do I need to? I don't know.
Yes, it's the best. So anyway, so when
my
they do
God.
these crazy things, I was like, oh, this is getting the wrong ship. I
Yeah.
like went on to order it today because I'm like, this is hilarious. So then they were taken down and they've been replaced. And the
Oh
new
no,
one,
they were taken down. That's rude.
okay, so type in Heartthrob or else like go to the
Oh
link
my
that I
God.
sent you because it's
What about what?
hilarious.
I'm still into
Oh
this.
my God, there's a denim jacket on here that's like $600. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
the-
this was their racetrack line from a few months ago. I love the restraint of just doing 3 pips. It's hilarious. All of this is insane.
All right, so will
type
you
in
guys laugh at
Heartthrob.
me if I buy this?
Isn't
Oh my
the
God.
$600 jacket
If
the
I
Kid
wear-
Cudi jacket, or is
Yeah,
No, there's
yeah,
a denim.
Kid
No, there's
Cutie.
also a denim jacket that's hand painted that actually looks cool, but it's $600.
Ooh, look, Melissa, look at this.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, they got like at least they get the shape of the hand right. But okay, type in Heartthrob.
Oh
So
my
you'll
God.
see like there's 6 ones to replace it, and they're also ridiculous, but at
I
least
can't
the
breathe. This
correction.
is insane.
It's so funny. Like I was laughing so hard at the Twitter comments, all one word, 2 T's.
Wait, is this news?
It is news because it's
Yeah,
new
this is news.
and it's hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah.
I typed
I
it
saw
in. Wait,
something that said bunghole.
Okay, so you have to
Oh,
say, did you say 2 T's?
Melissa.
Beavis and
Yeah, look,
Butthead.
2 T's.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Heartthrob.
on Paramount Shop, not Star Trek official. So I guess
no.
that's the other funny thing that someone pointed out. So inside baseball trade, like inside baseball, I like interviewed for the Paramount like global sales merch department job, and they were like lumping it together with multiple
No, see, it's not
franchises.
there on Star Trek. See,
Mm.
maybe we'll try 2.
What? It came up for me. So anyway, they hired internally for a different franchise. So when I guess you go to the actual Paramount site, they're doing these heartthrob things for multiple things like SpongeBob,
No,
and
this
they're
isn't
all the
real.
same.
yeah.
Okay, so right now you're on
Star
Trek.
Trek.com.
You're not on Star Trek Shop Star Trek.
Oh
Sorry.
man, there's
Oh,
so
go
much
into the
work.
shop.
There's the shop.
Top. Right,
Shop
down, down, go down, go down.
StarTrek.com.
Go back to the purple.
Go back to
Purple.
There's a shop.
No,
at the top.
Up. Menu bar.
Shop.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. Now put in Heartthrob. And it's actually hilarious that they saw the
Oh my
tweets and
God.
took those two down.
I did that.
It looks like
Oh, I guess it just
Paramount.
puts you to Paramount now instead of anyway.
Yeah, see,
so they
you're
start
just
giving you
trying to,
some-
you're just tricking me.
Well, I sent you the link.
You're
and the
trying to
ones
get
they
me to
have are
look at
hilarious.
Nanny Challenge.
I see 3 of them just down below here.
Yes. So
Oh,
like
here
look
we
at
go.
this Picard mirror one that's hilarious.
Oh my God.
So that was Janeway with the correction.
Oh gosh, that
Like,
doesn't
what
look
does
like
this
him.
mean?
Girl, it doesn't look like Picard at all.
It looks like
It
War
looks like-
Dogheim.
It
does.
Middle.
It
Yeah,
looks like
That's
a
Bill
comic.
Erickson.
There's a
Where
comic
have
book
you
of
been
it.
hiding those
Yeah.
Bill
guns, War
Erickson.
Dog?
Where you been hiding your guns, Bill Erickson?
Yeah.
It's just like so crazy.
The little soldier.
Like, what are the guys on the lower left?
Oh my God.
Like, what even is this? There's a Quark one that's hilarious.
7 of 9.
It's just 4 pictures of Quark.
You don't understand this.
These are. These
They're
are.
heartthrobbers.
Too funny.
Oh, then
And
there's a
how do they
regular
decide who to
Picard.
choose? Like, it's just like 4 pictures of Quark.
Anne Marie, don't act like you didn't say your biggest Star Trek crush ever was
is-
Quark.
he
You
is
did
Quark.
say that.
Okay,
so
well, I'm
so
playing
you-
it down because I don't want competition.
you guys, we gotta all
there's-
chip in to get Anne Marie this
That-
Quark heartthrob pajamas so
that
she can
middle-
sleep in it all night.
That middle Quark is saying, "How you doing?"
Right?
Annie?"
God, the one on the top right is so funny. Too.
I
They're
like
all just
how
ridiculous.
some of them are pictures and some of them are drawings, but it's
Or some
not
are picture
consistent.
heads and then drawing bottoms.
Yes. Yes, it
What?
is that.
It's just
yes.
amazing. This is incredible. Plus, they
I
look
am-
like ridiculous T-shirts from like 1991.
But why
Yeah,
do these
and
look
that
like
I
Quark when the
get.
Picard didn't look like Picard?
Because
That's
that
weird.
one Picard thing is from an IDW comic book, which like I don't know why they just chose that
How
one.
random.
It's all hilarious.
Well, okay, look. I'm going to tell you guys this one time.
Okay,
But ever since we started looking at the heartthrob shirts,
which one are you gonna get?
our numbers have been going up.
They actually have
So-
plenty.
So
Actually,
Star
they're
Trek
doing
knows
something right.
what yeah, they know what's up.
I'm just so heartbroken that I didn't get the 2 with the wrong ship because like that is classic.
I mean,
That's amazing. Amazing.
The-
Also, I should have looked yesterday to see who all of their heartthrob picks were to make sure I didn't miss any others.
So War Dogheim in the live chat replies when I asked him, "Hey, where you been hiding your killer buys?" He says, "They are there, Ryan. You were just all about my broad shoulders."
Oh,
That mean lady shoulders? I don't understand.
no.
Oh, like wide. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get the wrong ship? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how you get it.
Hey,
Well,
remember
let
that
me
one
ask you
year they
this.
said "Happy Birthday, Brent Spinner" in the
Oh my
email? I
gosh.
wish they had done that with this T-shirt.
What are your theories as to why they have, Data as a heartthrob and Quark, Janeway as heartthrobs, and why they have them all behind like Voyager, and why Data's eye looks like a cat eye or lizard eye? Do you guys
That's
have
why-
any theories
That's why I
about
love
this?
this theory on Twitter. Where
Mhm.
someone was like, "No, they're all just actual deep cuts, and you have to use your headcanon to know how they're all related." Like
don't
when
think
Cisco
that's
was
what it
stationed at
is.
Utopia Planitia.
That's pretty good. That's
It's
like a
like-
Muhammad North thing where he's like,
Yeah,
Right.
don't
help you."
talk about what's wrong with it.
yeah.
Figure out how it could be true. And
Oh, I
that's what
like
we
to
love
do that
about
in
them.
universe.
Yeah, it's too
Well,
funny.
Yeah. To me, it seems like there's a marketing department that does all of Paramount's marketing,
Mhm.
and
For
not
sales. Yeah.
necessarily people who've actually watched Star Trek.
Mhm.
So they're putting all of this stuff together and saying, here's Captain Cisco. in front
But
of
then do you
Voyager."
think that they
Yeah.
just Googled like heartthrob and they saw some old like AOL chat room from like 1998 and it
Yes,
said
it's
like
such a
Data?
random.
Like that,
then
like
they're
it's
like-
just it's a thing right now. Those shirts are just it's a thing. Like
And then
people
they
are
just
doing it right
Googled
now.
Star
That's-
Trek spaceship and then Voyager came up and they're like,
Yep.
all right, cool, we're good.
Everybody
We
was
got
on the Voyager.
We got everything. Oh, Data has yellow eyes. And then they Googled yellow eyes. They got a
Yep.
cat eye and they just.
Yeah.
Yep.
So funny.
I like how in all of the other shirts, that small circle has just another one of their faces,
Yes,
but in
it's
Data's,
so
it's
weird.
an eyeball.
It's so weird.
Like, I mean,
I-
I mean, that's the least of the issues, but
Yes.
I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
least.
yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
It's
Well,
up there.
Tamia Harper made a really good point. She like yesterday, she was like, I'm actually gonna buy the Cisco shirt because I want to like encourage them to put out more Cisco content.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then they took it down,
That's
and it's
how you do
like
it.
it's kind of sad that like the ones they took down they didn't replace.
Yeah, that's because they have no
Also,
content.
like
It's
so
it is
random to not
big.
include like Spock or Ethan Peck or like whatever.
It is
It's all
random,
so
isn't
crazy.
it?
Zachary Quinto.
It is random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random.
Who do you guys say is the hottest actor that played Spock? Leonard Nimoy. I know
Ethan Peck.
Nimoy. I know it's Nimoy. Ethan's Pex or Zachary Quinto.
Ethan Peck.
Really? I thought you were a Spock guy. I
Obviously.
thought you were a Leonard Nimoy guy
No
all the way.
way.
Really?
No,
Oh,
I'm
because you
not
like
like that.
Shatner.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like the biggest fanzine crew who like really took fanzines and ran with them.
Lucia says Ethan Peck.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's Gregory Peck's grandson. Can't
Mhm.
argue with that. Carol Kane agrees.
Well, I mean, it's obviously going to have to be a poll. So
Yay!
Yeah, we like that. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ethan Peck is very attractive.
Plus, who's like, let me get a
Doesn't
t-shirt
have-
with Heartthrobs on them. Like, it's so
He's-
weird.
It's got a young face. You know what I mean? It's a young face.
well, that's good for Vulcans
They're not
because they
even like-
age
It
very
is. Oh, it
slowly.
is. Yes. Yes. It's yeah.
God, everything about this is so amazing. Also, those Quark ones, like the 4 pictures of Quark are all the same picture of Quark, basically. So, like,
Mhm.
why do you need 4? They're like, you know what's better than one
Oh.
Heartthrob picture? 4 of the same
Mhm.
pictures.
You should look up Michael Overton on Twitter. He
Oh,
made a
yes.
Neelix one.
I think I saw that. Let me look. Oh my God. See, like, this
Yeah.
kept me busy for hours giggling.
Yeah.
You're giving us homework, Jenny?
Do it. Michael
That is
Overton.
so funny.
There's a lot. There's too
Hang
many
on.
of them.
It's like a
Oh, wait.
scientist.
Oh, wait.
Oh, which one is it? Oh, geez, where is he? Dad, nuts.
Okay, I found Michael Overton. Let's look at his
I think it was like in a reply or
stuff.
something.
So this is
No,
Michael Overton.
That's not him. Get out of here.
Oh, this is cool.
That's not
Ooh, let's raid them.
Ooh, what's this? Whoa, what are these? Like video game things?
Yes, sure. Yes.
Oh my gosh, this Twitter thread, I like saved it because the progression of everybody like looking up more things from this website is so
Oh
funny.
my God.
Wait,
Should we
who is
retweet
Michael
this?
Overton?
No, not this guy. This is not the right guy.
But I
But
can't find
I
his
can't
Felix
think of
one.
what he, yeah, I'm annoyed because I know I follow him here, but yeah.
Creator of Everybody Knows the Window. He created the window. The Overton
Right.
window.
Ovaltine?
Oh, I got it. Mike Overton. There we go. Mike Overton 21.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
can't
man,
find it
more
on his
homework?
thing.
Damn. Must be in his replies.
That's what I'm looking for.
Film director.
Um,
No.
oh, come on.
Yeah, he like does Clone Star podcast with
Yeah.
with Trek culture people.
Um,
Oh, that's cool. We like the Trek
We love
culture
Trek
people.
culture.
They're our good
Yeah, exactly.
pals. We gain a lot of enjoyment from there. Oh, look, he's got a picture of David Benjamin Tomlinson, our good pal who plays Linus, as well as other
Yeah.
things. And it looks like a picture of him from Vegas, of course.
Oh my God, John Orgiola. Okay, side note, he's off to a movie screening, so he can't watch TMV tonight.
Ooh.
But he hopes that one of his friends calls
That's
him
cool.
this guy again. Like, I guess Ryan usually says, this guy loves breakfast. And I say, this guy loves Christina Chung.
All
That
right.
is how we identify John Orgiola.
Yep. I like that.
Whoa, In-N-Out is trending.
Ooh.
Jenny, have you ever had In-N-Out? It's a burger chain.
He's vegetarian.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. I hear they make burgers.
They make really good burgers. Spoken as somebody that used to eat actual meat
As
burgers.
someone who has never eaten meat burgers.
What about you? Oh, Anne Marie, you've never had it because they're not really an East Coast thing, huh? What do you guys have? Like Whataburger or like
I love Burger King.
burger? I was gonna say Burger King.
I love
Ew.
Burger King.
Mm.
Flame broiled
Ew.
with lettuce and ketchup.
They have a decent veggie burger, actually.
I haven't been to
So
Burger
good.
King in maybe my life.
I like a Harvey's veggie burger. Do you guys have
Okay.
Harvey's? I don't think you do you?
I've heard of it. I went to a
Yeah.
Sonic burger, a Sonic, what is it, burger? It was like the weird, okay, quick side note.
Uh-huh.
I used to always see Sonic commercials on
Yes.
TV back in the
Yeah.
day, but there were zero Sonics in all of Southern California.
Weird.
So it was like, why are you showing us commercials for something that does not exist here?
I
And
agree.
then
That's very
my
strange.
and then a couple friends and I went on a road trip, and we went, to the Four Corners states, which is like Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico.
Hmm.
And we saw Sonics, and we're like, dude, bro, we get Sonics. We did it. We finally found what this thing is that they're always
Uh-huh.
talking about. And we went and we ate there. It was okay.
Okay.
That was it.
I felt
It was
about
all right.
the first time I had In-N-Out. It was just
Mm.
before I became vegetarian. And I was like, it's okay.
Yeah. Hmm. That checks
There's
out.
other merch news too.
Oh my God, more? All right, let's
Okay.
do
Is
it.
it good
this
merch?
okay. So this is a Funko Pop issue, and like this is a really contentious issue in the Beverly Crusher fan community,
Yes.
of which I'm a part of.
Oh,
which I'm a
all
part.
8 of them?
Okay,
Nice.
but we're like also mighty, and also they're way more than us than that. So like it's just been like an issue for forever that there are less girl action figures and girl
Oh, yeah.
toys for Star Trek.
So this is from twitter.com.
Yes.
First look, Star Trek returns with these new Picard Funko Pops
Okay, so this
dropping
is like a freaking knife in
at the
wound.
links below this week. Thanks, Funko info _.
Okay, so preface
Okay,
this
so
by
what is it?
saying
Oh, look,
I've
there's
never bought
Raffi.
an
There's
action
7 of
figure
9. Look at that.
besides Dr. Crusher, and then they didn't. So like Funkos, they did not release the Dr. Crusher one in their TNG ones, and so everybody like wrote letters and was really angry about it, and it is kind of sexist. Then they released these Picard ones, and they freaking released Jack Crusher and not Dr. Crusher.
Mhm.
Like, so Twitter's going
But they have
wild.
Raffi in 7 of 9.
Yeah,
They
but
do.
like, why are you going to disrespect Dr. Crusher like that again?
Do you think that she should have been released above them?
Just release the 5th one or release her as part of TNG.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
this
they.
has been an issue with every single toy line.
Do you think that they will release more? Do you think that this is all of it?
Well, here's the thing.
Oh yeah, look what
7
Sandra
of
says.
9.
You're right. You're right. Sandra says, seriously, still no Beverly Crusher at this point. So yeah. Anyway, do we know if there's going to be more coming,
they're
or is this it?
We don't know, but like 7 of 9, this is pre-sale. 7 of 9's pre-sale sold out in like a couple hours. So who knows? But it's just like the fact that they included Jack Crusher is like the ultimate diss.
I think it's really interesting too because that's like
He looks
season
like
1
Alfred.
Picard.
So
Picard
weird.
looks
With
like
the backpack.
Alfred
That's
of
like-
Batman,
Yeah.
right?
A little bit.
That
Yeah.
said, I think Funkos are ugly and I wouldn't buy it anyway.
It's just really,
Outside
yeah,
of
it's
the
just really
studio.
weird that they like did a like Picard release with season 3 characters, but that's definitely Picard with the backpack from season 1.
Oh, that's
Man, good
hilarious.
knowledge. You're right.
I know a thing or two about
He looks so
Picard.
good in little action jackets.
Maybe they are going to release more because
Maybe
there's
they
not
are.
Shop.
It's just
Or
like a
these
thing
all-
that Funko
yeah, exactly.
especially is very aware of because of the vocal Dr.
Mhm.
Crusher letter writing fan.
Yeah.
Have they had 1,634 Funko Pops?
They have so
Dude,
many
they have them
Funko
for
Pops.
everything,
Is
which
that
is
what
why
these
it's
numbers
even
are?
more
Wow.
like of a diss. Like, it's crazy.
Although Beverly did get the Hallmark ornament,
Yeah, finally.
which is really
But
nice.
I like to
actually.
say I got one action figure ever, and it was Picard, or it was a Crusher. Like, because they're always like, girls don't buy action figures.
This one?
Exactly.
Wow, nice. Very good.
That's the one. Exactly.
So she can't
I got
sit
that one
down.
too.
Drives
So
me
it's an
crazy she
in-action
can't sit
figure.
down.
Up my
Yeah.
action figure game because that looks fun.
Oh yeah, this is awesome.
You could play with them.
Yeah, and
Where's
you
my-
can't turn her head because her
Where's my
hair is in the way,
Picard?
She
and you
came with that
can't.
badge. It's
Yeah,
awesome. Oh yeah, make them kiss across the screens.
I can't find my Picard, but
I've got one. Hang
I
on.
found an old Ferrero Rocher.
There,
Looks
see?
like coconut
Okay, here
flavor.
we go.
Make Beverly eat it.
Beverly. Beverly.
So cute.
Oh, that's Darmok Picard.
No, attached.
I think we should say goodnight.
It's attached before he loses
Together?
his jacket in the cell.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, see? Oh,
So
that's
good.
nice. They're having a nice
That's
time.
Here
so
comes
nice.
Jack Crusher.
Yeah,
in
here
the
comes-
street. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
How come they never came out with the Jack Crusher? Like the dad.
Everyone's forgotten
Action
about
figure.
me, guys.
Honestly,
Hey,
maybe there is one.
I'm like your son too. I'm definitely your son. What the heck, you guys?
Too.
Oh, we need a new Wesley. We need a new like sweater Wesley.
Sweater Wesley from
Let's
So
check on
Archie.
our numbers. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
dear. Would you look at that?
Damn it, we lost
So-
some. Sorry, everybody.
So anyway, like
No,
the big
it's 4
spike was when
down.
we were showing the Heartthrobs, to be honest. I
right.
mean, that's maybe they know something we don't.
But how did
Whoa.
they know we were going to be talking about the Heartthrobs right at that second?
They just
Well, the thing is
sensed
that
it,
we
you know?
retained their attention. They weren't, some people were like coming and going for the other stuff, but when that was happening, nobody was going. Everybody
Yeah.
was coming.
Because
Well,
we
I
the
do have to say, like,
Heartthrobs.
the talk about
Making fun of
Beverly,
it?
like Beverly Crusher and her lack of representation in toys. I
Mhm.
like when I learned that it wasn't just me who had noticed this and like thought it wasn't cool. I like really opened my eyes to the world of toys and merchandising. I think it's so fascinating.
And misogyny.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Hey,
let's talk about the hottest Spock. The
Yes.
winner, third place, I should say, Zachary Quinto with 3%. Not bad. Leonard Nimoy with 35%.
Mhm.
And Ethan Peck wins with 61% of the vote.
I mean, his voice alone is
His voice is great.
fantastic.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have a theory that's why women like Benedict Cumberbatch. Is that how you say it? That Benedict Cumberbatch.
I like his coat in Sherlock.
Not why.
He played Smog in The
Yeah.
Hobbit.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
He did. Yeah, Bennett. Yeah,
I'd hook
I've
up
talked
with
about
him
this
and
Voice
steal
before.
his
doesn't really
coat.
do it for me.
No, he looks. Yeah, he looks like my ex. I don't. Yeah, it's too.
Ooh.
I have a hard enough
Smog?
time just watching him do stuff.
Your ex was very
Smog.
lizardly.
Dragon. Yes.
Dragon mind. Never mind. So anyway, the point is, everybody, that we have more news
Okay,
to
cool.
discuss here.
But yes, a like rich
Hey.
British voice tends to sort of enhance a gentleman.
It can.
It
but
can,
not
yeah.
all of
Enhance.
them.
No, not all of them. Enhance.
It is true, though, when somebody has like a British accent, we tend
Yes,
to
I've fallen
like
for that.
listen to them or think that they're more distinguished or they're more intelligent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
then I
when they
listen to what they're
narrate.
actually saying. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
suddenly we're
wait
like,
a minute.
oh, she knows what she's talking about. Listen to her accent. I'm
Yep.
going to listen in. Or, oh, he's so classy. Do you hear
Mhm.
that? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Respect him.
Uh-huh.
Who
Sometimes.
has the most wonderful accent of all?
Mm.
Because I'll be honest, sometimes that British accent really rubs me the wrong
Well,
way.
it also
I
depends
don't,
on
is it the
on
same for
what-
girls? I don't know.
And sometimes
of where it's from.
I know
too.
this is unpopular, and everybody plug your ears if you're going to get mad at me
Mhm.
preemptively. But that East Coast accent does.
What, this one?
No, not that East Coast.
No,
The one that's all like, yeah, you know,
Oh, the
get
Boston
a hot
one?
dog over
No, like
here. You know
Cockney.
that. No, that's Cockney is
Like
Londonish.
East- I know, but the East.
I was talking
Oh,
about like
in
American
this
East
country.
Coast. Yeah,
Gotcha.
this
Oh,
weird
okay.
country. There's a lot of accents, and I'm like, why don't you stop it? Nobody's buying it. I know that's not how you really talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like Anne Marie, I thought for sure she was from the Valley, the San Fernando Valley. She's totally not. She's an enigma, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry about the East Coast and British slander.
That's
I know.
fine.
And right now they're looking at me, they're like, look at you. You talk like you're from Fresno or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is from TrekMovie.com, our good
Hey,
friends.
wait a minute.
It says Star Trek Strange New Worlds showrunners
Oh my
talk
God, I'm so into this new Scotty.
crazier.
Have you seen his Twitter?
Know him very
It's
much.
so good. And he does these like sketch comedy things with his friends that are actually like adorable and Scottish and so cute. Like, I can't get enough of him. Like, so positive.
I did see those.
Crazier.
What a cutie.
What's crazier?
All right. So let's pull up a couple of these quotes.
Yeah,
here.
let's see.
Yeah, I was like, is this Scottish Falling Tower?
Akiva Goldsman says, we have a bunch of ideas for the kinds of genres Star Trek can accommodate. And we continue to sort of try to stretch those boundaries. So as you saw, a lot of people become Vulcans. Yeah, we saw that one. We're trying to, dare I say, go where we have not gone before when it comes to genre. So besides the tried and true, which is some sci-fi adventure, and certainly our attempt to remember the cadence of at least regularly, there must be a moral of the story. We are spreading our wings. Wow, there's a lot of commas in that one.
There is, yes, that was a
Rebecca Romaine says, I feel like every episode is such a surprise to us. And the showrunners are so good at playing with genre that we never see it coming. So we didn't think we could outdo season 2 with some of the things that we pulled in season 2 and season 3 we're equally proud of. And we did some things. Okay. We did some things. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
What?
When they underplay it like that, we did some things. It's because they're very confident that they did some really great things.
Yes.
Right.
It's when they try to oversell it
Yeah.
that they're trying to convince you. But clearly, Rebecca Romaine is saying, like, oh, we did some things. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't worry. You'll see. It looks like they're really underplaying it, and I have confidence in this crew and team that they're going to show us some things
Yeah.
that are very good. What do you think,
Yeah.
Anne-Marie?
I'm just super excited. So like I love the like noir crime dramas when Star Trek goes in that direction. And since they're doing like a
no.
Hollywood murder episode for episode 4, I'm like super pumped for that one. But they really can do no wrong. I love that cast so much.
By Jonathan Frakes.
Oh,
Who
right.
always
yeah.
says it's going to be his favorite hour of TV. So we'll see if that's true.
Yeah.
Like I just I love all the I know like they aren't always the most popular episodes of like Voyager or TNG, but or I think they're always so good. Deep Space Nine does it so well too.
It's kind of like when there was like something way back in the day where like South Park had like a DVD or something like that. And before every episode, they would have like commentary from Trey Parker and Matt Stone, speaking of Paramount. And they would say, you know, they would give like a little 2-minute intro, and they would always at the end say, this is our favorite episode. Something like that. So maybe that's what Jonathan Frakes does.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that before every one of our favorite episodes. We should be like, this is our favorite episode, even though we haven't recorded it yet. You know, like we're predicting that it's.
Yeah.
Does that work? I don't think it works.
Definitely.
Maybe.
No, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
favorites can change at any time.
All
Yeah.
right.
Plus, that's just what happens when it's such good shows. Like there's so many good episodes, and you see them, and you're like, "Oh, I forgot about this second or this B plot that goes with this episode or whatever." And like,
Talking about South Park?
no, I'm talking about like every Star Trek.
Oh. What's
I
the
have
worst episode of
confidence,
Star Trek, Anne Marie?
confidence alone.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Just
tell
like
you, I
love them.
hate
You
the
got-
episode "The Lost" that's coming up on Seventh Rule. Deanna Troy would never freaking act so like negative and crazy. Like I
Yeah,
take it as a
sometimes they
personal
would write-
affront.
Sometimes they would write Deanna Troy like they forgot who she was.
It's awful.
You know,
No, that
Like,
they-
she,
like they're focused on the plot that they're trying to
Yes.
push, and they're like, well, we'll just. Or sometimes when they would have Guinan or Crusher have like a psychic impression about something, and we're like, bro, you literally have a character where this is her only job.
Yeah,
And she would just have
but
to sit there and watch the other person get the
this one,
psychic
like,
impression.
you'll see when you rewatch it. It's like she's like amazing at her job. They're like counselor, went to school for it, studied it, has all this experience. And then when she loses her like vague psychic telepathic powers, she like has a meltdown and says how much she sucks at her job and like she can't do so. I'm like, Deanna Troy would never respond like that. She'd still be great.
Was this the one where she loses her telepathy?
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
And
I thought she was an
I
empath.
hate it.
She's
But
not
I
a
remember-
She
telepath.
is. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
true.
Yes.
But
She
then
she
loses
loses
her
if-
vague telepath
If I remember
powers.
correctly, I remember there was a moment that was really good in that one where she says, like, all I see is like blank faces or something like
Yes.
that. Like
Mhm.
I'm like, at least that connected it for me. It made me understand the
She's not gonna
difference
snap
between
like a
what she
patient.
feels with what she would lose. Like
Mhm.
before she would get emotions and feelings of things. And now she's just looking at this blank
And then
canvas.
I
It's
also
like going from
freaking
3D
hate
to
Precious
2D.
Cargo. Like I hate that.
Oh, is that the one with Famke Janssen?
Yeah, no. Well, that's Perfect Mate, which I also don't
Oh,
like,
that's
except like
Perfect
there's
Mate.
some funny like other things going on in
I
that
like that
episode.
episode.
don't
I
know
actually
that
like that
I've seen
episode.
this season before because all of these episodes are new.
They're also different, yeah.
That's how I felt
Oh, you
about like
oh, you
season
mean
2.
like season 4, you mean?
Season
Like the
4.
ones that we're
All
going
of
through.
these
Maybe
episodes
when
I don't
season
think
2
I've
would
seen
happen, I would
before.
tune out
Yeah.
the Pulaski episodes. So maybe that's why.
No,
Because that's
Lisa,
how I
you're
feel about.
Quiet.
Huh?
You're really quiet. You've gotten quieter. Like your volume is quieter.
I don't know why.
This
Anyway.
has been sound check
Oh my
on
God.
the main
I have to say,
viewer.
I'm also like really into some of these TOS episodes. I'm like thoroughly enjoying my like first full complete like watch with all of my attention. So good.
Oh,
I also feel like the first 4 seasons, they haven't figured out who Deanna is.
Oh yeah.
right. Well, I think the
Agreed.
first 4 seasons was in New York.
I don't know. No, like
Oh,
I
jeepers.
hilarious. Well, I do not like love when people say stuff about like Deanna and Dr. or Crusher being like a potted plant because I'm like back in the 90s, they really mattered to me a lot because they were at least on
Mhm.
TV. And like you watch it over and over and they do great stuff. And I hate the like
Yeah.
they're just caregivers. Like, I'm sorry, like their jobs are really important.
Caregiving
like-
is an important job.
Mhm.
So it's
Practically
not
the
just
most important
caregivers,
job, man.
doctors.
Tell you what.
You don't say they're just a doctor, not like a MBA. Like they're all
Yeah.
important. So I hate that like that take on it. And I do feel like if you're watching it with like loving Deanna Troy or Dr. Crusher, they're not. Even when people are like they haven't figured them out, I'm like they're still like they're doing great work and being
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, even
on screen.
even in the Lost, the way that they like Picard makes her go do the work.
yes,
And she figures out, oh, actually, I'm smart and I'm capable, and this
Yeah.
isn't. I'm not limited by not being able to do this. Like that's, yeah,
Yeah, but they do underutilize her
Oh,
talents.
absolutely.
I think, and I like Deanna Troy, but I
Mhm.
do wish that they would use her more and what she's good at. I love Beverly Crusher. I
Yeah.
love
Mhm.
Beverly Crusher up to this point.
Yeah.
Because I think she had me at the big goodbye.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
ask you
right.
this, Melissa. Oh, she had
Yeah.
you at goodbye. That's interesting.
The big goodbye.
Let me ask you this, Melissa.
Mhm.
If you love her so much, here's the big challenge.
Mhm.
Put the top 7 TNG characters in order of your preference.
Oof.
I know.
Uh,
I know it's monstrous of me, but I'm very
No.
curious about this. I'm very
I
curious.
don't know because it changes
Mhm.
every week.
Yeah, just right now, where you are right now, it might change next week.
Mhm.
Also, like, they're not all used, but like compared to TOS or other TV shows, like they all start being used more and more by Michael Pillar, and like compared to shows that came before it, like
Yeah.
nobody was really
And
doing
after.
huge ensemble shows to
Absolutely.
like that degree.
No,
So like it really
same.
is like a good path where we're
Yeah.
like knowing people more. I think it's just like TV had to sort of develop.
Absolutely. And I think Michael Pillar was such a great addition because he is adding that character growth
Yeah.
in spades,
Mhm.
That, yeah, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then we get Face of the Enemy
Oh my god, I love that. That episode creeped me out so much. Oh my
when
god.
Troy
Yes.
gets kidnapped by the Romulans.
Yes. Oh, like, can you
Oh,
imagine
I
how
like
scary that would be?
episode.
That is such a good episode. I
Yeah,
remember
it
watching that for
is.
the first time and just like being like, oh my God, she's doing something and she's awesome.
I'm like,
You
how are
know?
you gonna get out of this? Like,
I just
so
put
scary.
Melissa's 7 in order in the live chat.
Oh, I hope
Uh,
so.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's got Data number 1, Picard number 2, Geordi number 3, Crusher 4, Worf 5, Troy 6, and Riker 7.
Hmm.
I don't know that that's right.
Well, you didn't tell us otherwise, so.
Yeah, but it changes all the
Yeah.
time. Because yes, some days this is right. And some
Mhm.
days it's Picard who's first. And some days it's Worf who's first. And some days it's Crusher who's first.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's a
changes
toughie.
every single day. And I
Agreed.
can't tell you what it is today because I don't
Mhm.
know. I haven't watched TNG today.
All right. Well, we're just about out of time here, everybody, but please feel free to give us your top 3 TNG characters.
Ooh.
Ugh, boy, that is tough.
Yes.
That is.
And
Give us your
Yeah,
top
so-
3 recurring characters and then your top 3 others. You know, like you could give us a Cedo Jaxa or a Ro Laren
Mhm.
or a, you know,
Guinan.
whatever. Guinan.
Guinan.
Guinan's
I
recurring.
love
She's kind of
Guinan.
in between it. Yeah. But whatever. You do whatever you want with that, everybody. That's a fun one. That's a tough one. That's the kind of stuff we used to do before we had like social media. We would just
Yeah.
sit there with our friends and be like, who's your favorite first officer? Which is your favorite? Who would win in a fight between Worf and Datum? Who's the best engineer? And we would like argue about it. That was the most fun. When we'd have 5 to choose from, you know,
Yeah.
with everything. That was the best.
The last
Those
thing to end
days.
with before we end is just that on Thursday to keep an eye on social media around 12 p.m. Pacific time for the airplane banner for Prodigy so that you can be retweeting it and hashtagging set a course for season 3, renew Star Trek Prodigy.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for bringing that up. That is big, big stuff. That is going to be the coolest banner since Bruce. So everybody check that out and we will have our fun. You see, Anne Marie, Bruce Banner
I got
was the
it.
Incredible Hulk. Okay. He would turn, he'd be like, you wouldn't like me when I'm
Love that as a
angry.
kid.
Oh.
I love that show as a kid.
On
Reruns.
Halloween, I used to like to be the Incredible Hulk, like after thing, where he would just have like a torn shirt and torn shirt, and he'd be like, "Where am I? What happened?" But he's not
Sorry.
actually like big and green anymore. He's just like
Yeah.
a regular guy that's just like has a headache or something. That was easy to do.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about this week. Let's talk about this week. No, that didn't work. Too many syllables. Okay, so yesterday on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of, there it is, Suddenly Human.
Ah, that noise they make. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
It's
Yeah.
it like
Maybe
hurts my
that's
ears.
what was that guy's name?
Jono?
Yeah,
Don't know.
maybe that's your favorite character.
Jono?
Top 3. Jonah.
Well, they called him
John.
Jono, but his name was like something else. Yeah,
Jeremy.
Yeah,
I think it was Jeremy.
it was Jeremy.
No, that was the
Jeremy
kid
Astor. That was
yes.
yeah.
That's
Right,
another
Worf's
slick-
brother
Yes, that's
when he
another
needed a
slick
dad.
back.
Ruh-roh.
There's so many slick backs.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, then on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, come right back here to the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel for Star Trek and Chill, where we Star Trek and we chill live. It's a lot of fun, so join us then. Then on Sunday on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, we've got our first segment review of Final Mission, Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 4,
I love that
Episode
episode.
9, Final Mission.
I love that episode.
Me too. Oh,
Why?
so
Because Wes
beautiful.
leaves?
Yeah, no, but not because he
No.
leaves, because they finally gave him an amazing episode to finish it off. Like,
And it really softens Picard.
mhm.
Oh, it's
Oh my
so
gosh.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I
that episode
love
so much.
Picard in that episode. See, if you
Yeah.
had asked me when I watched
Right?
that episode,
Yeah.
Picard is definitely my favorite.
Yeah,
She
Because-
just
exactly.
watched it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, but because he did soften, and that there was that moment when he's like, "I envy you, Wesley," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
That was the best moment. Yeah.
He's
So
so
good.
he was so wonderful.
Yeah.
And they're so
And
good at handling that annoying guy.
Dago. Dago?
Oh,
Durgo.
There we go. Thank you. Dago.
Bilby.
and by the way,
Yeah.
it's Jeremiah Rosa.
Thank you.
So
Close
it was
though with
Jeremiah.
Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
That's it
Final
for
Mission.
us.
Mm.
Lisa Longo, where can people find you online, by the way?
At Walking Art
Focus.
made by Melissa.com. And look what came in the mail today. I'm so excited.
Oh, yay.
Well, you can't see it, but
Awesome. That's awesome.
.com. That's where you can find me online, and then social media at Melissa Longo, Malissa, and here on the YouTube, 3 Fat Lobsters. La 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 la.
Oh, I like that.
What about yourself, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel?
So first of all, you can check out Tony on All Access Star Trek, a Trek movie podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts, and at TrekMovie for amazing follows on all social media. And I'm at Anne-Marie Siegel 1 on Twitter.
That's Anne-Marie Siegel 1. And when you at her, make sure you go Dr. and then at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jenny R. Johnson, thanks for partying with us. Where can people find you online?
I love partying with you, except you won't see me on Friday chilling because I'm going to Cape Breton Island.
What's
Oh, I
that?
want to go to an island.
Well, it's where I grew up. And
Aw.
it's the top part of Nova Scotia is an island called Cape Breton. And in the middle of that island is a little village called Bedak, and that's where I'm from. And I'm going there for my friend's wedding reception. So nice. Anyway, I'm going to be there for like 3 days. So you won't see me on Friday, and I'm very sad about it. But in the meantime, you can find me all over the internet at my website, jennyrjohnson.com. You can find my shop there. Yeah, there it is. And Bedak's right in the middle. It's a really small place, but it's
Wow.
Cape Breton Island?
It's
Oh
like
my
on the
gosh.
water.
Wait, has Johnny Harris been there for still
Slide
standing?
your pointer down
I
a little
wanna go
farther.
there.
Bedak
What's
is like
your
right on the water. Down,
Oh,
down.
Big Bedak?
And below it is Bedak. You're
So
right
you
on
were
top
just
of it.
below the Big Bedak?
No. Right on the water. So go down.
Oh,
there
but
it is.
there it
That's
is.
it. There it is.
Ooh,
Yeah.
We won't zoom in much further than that. That's enough.
Yeah.
pretty.
It has like 1,000 people.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So green
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of
Bras,
there's not a lot there.
Bras Door Lake.
Brador. It's French for golden arms.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bras.
Because they're brackish lakes, so they're like half salty. Like because they're connected to the ocean.
Like
Yeah. Oh,
Spanish
it's closed
is
off actually. Look
brazos?
at where's it connected to the
Brackish, yeah.
where's it connected to the
Brad,
ocean?
up the top, yeah. Like
Here?
the
Oh,
channel.
here. There it
Yeah.
is. There's the channel.
Yeah.
There we
Pretty
go.
cool, huh?
So this
Yeah.
part is salty, and then
Yes,
down
and-
here is not salty.
Yes, and Dave Gregory's gonna see it next spring.
Wow.
We're seeing it right now. He could just be tuning in.
Oh wait, yeah, no, wait, you're not going to Cape Breton, you're coming to Halifax. Yeah. Anyway,
There's
Dave
so
Gregory is coming
many
here next year, and I'm
lakes.
so excited. Yeah. 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 It's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna share some pictures on my social media, and you can find my social media at Jenny R. Johnson Art. Huh.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's where I am now, Halifax.
You
Too
know,
bad it's
I've
so
never
cold
been
over
to
there.
Canada.
Uh-huh.
Oh no,
You guys are right next door to Maine. Look at that.
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
close. Yeah. Pretty close.
That's a hot
You could probably
secret
throw a
hill.
quarter across to hit
Pretty well.
Maine, right?
Yeah, it's
A Canadian
pretty close.
quarter.
Like you can't quite see it, but it's
Wow.
close.
We're
Yeah,
over here.
right? Yeah, you are over there.
Yeah.
I love when we do geography.
Look, I'm waving
Yeah.
from my house.
Elisa's around here. We're all kind of in the valley,
Mhm.
generally speaking. Disneyland is down here. Universal Studios is here.
See, Jenny,
Crazy.
you
Six
have
Flags
a lot less green.
is up here.
I know you do have a lot less green.
No, we
You have a
some.
lot less
Yeah,
green.
but we
do
have the
have-
desert over here, which is
You do.
awesome. We got tons of desert.
is
Look
true.
at that. Wow.
That is a
Joshua
lot of
Tree
desert.
is pretty fantastic.
And then we got Vegas up yonder.
Mhm.
Oh man.
I do
Life
love
is
Vegas.
so cool. We have a
California
town
is
called Yermo
awesome.
over
Yeah.
here, which is weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry,
Okay,
Amber.
where can we find
wait.
you, Ryan?
No, I was just showing you.
Oh, okay.
Los Angeles, right here. Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. And Anne Marie is so sorry. Anne Marie's over here.
There we go.
Ah, the greatest
See, she's
city in
not
the
far from me.
world.
Right around here somewhere. In
Yes,
this area.
exactly.
Well, that's a
Darkest
big
spot.
lake in the middle of
I
whatever.
It is,
That's
isn't
the
it?
reservoir.
Anyway,
I
and
love
everybody, you
Central
can find me online on twitter.com at RyanTGHusk. Once again, that's at RyanTG. Wait a minute. Did we finish, Jenny? Did you finish your Jenny R. Johnson art talk and stuff?
More or less.
Okay.
I mean, more or less. Come find me on Instagram. Instagram, Jenny R. Johnson Art. That's where I am most of the time. I'm also on Twitter at Jenny R. Johnson. Everything that I put on Instagram ends up on Facebook, so you can check that out too. Jenny R. Johnson Art. Sometimes I'm on Twitter, on Threads.
Yeah.
Mostly I forget. And I have a TikTok, but I keep forgetting to do things with it. So, haha.
I want to do a
Ryan TG
poll
Husk.
of
Where
like
can we find you?
what people
Right.
use more: Threads, Mastodon, Blue Sky,
Mhm.
or Rumble.
Rumble?
Ooh.
What's a Rumble?
Yeah. Rumble
What
is
is
like
a
a
Rumble?
YouTube thing.
Oh, geez.
What?
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't.
To quote
I have
Jenny
not
R.
been
Johnson,
on any
"Jeepers."
one of those things once, but I know they exist.
Mhm.
And everybody, you can find me online on Threads, Blue Skies, Blue Sky or Blue
Blue
Skies?
Sky.
Okay.
Oh.
And Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. Once again, that's at Ryan TG Husk. And MySpace at Ryan.
Nice.
And
Back then, there's
Friendster.
and
There was only one
and
Ryan in the world.
there was a Trekster, like a Trex MySpace, Trekspace, maybe. I think there was
Really?
a Trekspace.
Oh.
Everybody in the live chat. Oh no! When this video ends, hit refresh.
Mhm.
The comment section will drop down. Tell us all the social medias you've been on. Please,
Oh my God.
especially let us know if you have been on Trek Space. I think it was called Trek Space. It was like MySpace Star Trek. It was the first thing way back then. It was so exciting. It was like, wow. And people were like, who's the best engineer? Who would win in a fight? Worf or Tuvok?
Did you have a GeoCities website?
Oh my
Who's
God.
a better fighter,
Please,
Data
another
or
one.
7 of 9?
Who's the bigger
We need a
heartthrob?
poll.
Yeah.
We need a poll in on Facebook.
Who's the bigger heartthrob? Data or Avery Cisco?
Captain of the Voyager.
Yeah. Captain Voyager Cisco.
Hero of the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
Cisco
So
with
anyway.
a green eye.
Let us know, everybody, in the comments
Oh
below.
my God.
Hit refresh when this video ends. Please make sure you
Oh my
like the video,
gosh.
subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. And when this live stream ends, hit the refresh button and leave us some fun comments. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And when you are thinking about the Syscom, put it on the main viewer.
Just come.
This comb.